let me just start getting to the juicy parts. So he invited me to this soca party where he was playing, and I remembered I got there quite late because I think I had rehearsals or something like that with my friends. So I got to the party, I would say probably about 1:32 in the morning, me and my girl. So as we got there, I remember I stood at the back of the club next to the bar and I texted him and I said, hey, I'm here, where are you? He said, oh, you're here, can you see me? So I was just like, no. And then he was just like, okay, good. So I was just like, what sort of question is that? Like, how are you gonna ask me, can I see you, and then say, okay, good? Like, I was a bit confused. So I was just like, okay, good. Like, what do you mean? Like, I just didn't get it. I didn't understand it. Like, I was just so discombobulated about it. I was just like, what are you talking about? What do you mean good? What does that mean? Like, what do you mean good? Anyway, I started walking towards the front of the party. And as I was walking forward, I looked to the stage and I can see him on the stage. So I'm looking now, and then I can see him like signaling to someone. And then I look to see where he's signaling to, and it's his boy. So his boy saw me and his boy was like pointing me out. But because I'm in the crowd in the dark, obviously the boy's not clocking that I'm actually watching him. So I'm seeing him doing like, yo, like, she's there, innit? So I'm just there like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? Anyway, I texted him again. I was just like, excuse me, I'm in the crowd, like, come down, innit? Like, what the hell, why are you still on the stage? So he came down and he greeted me. He's like, yeah, it was good. And he's just like, oh, I'm so tired. I think I'm gonna leave soon. And all this BS. And I was just like, why would you invite me here and now you're complaining that you're tired? Like, I just didn't understand it. I was just like, I just didn't get the logic. So I was just like, what? I said, I just got here. And he's just like, I know. He's like, I've got a headache. And he's got such a long weekend ahead that he wants to go rest at his hotel. So I'm just like, okay, cool, I'll stay because I made my girl come out. I'm not just gonna leave because you wanna leave. So he's like, yeah, that's fine. And then he's just like, oh, I'm gonna go to the bar and grab some water. So he went to the bar now and then texted me saying, oh, come to the bar quickly, it's at the back. So I'm just like, okay. So I went to the back now to see him at the bar, and he was just like, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave soon, so just let me know what you're doing. I said, what do you mean, let you know what I'm doing? Like, I just didn't understand where he was going with this story. Like, he just sounded all discombobulated, like he was just all over the place. And I was just like, what am I supposed to do with this information? Anyway, he decided that, okay, he's leaving now. He gave me a hug and then he dipped. So I remember I went back to the front of the party and I probably stayed for like an hour and a bit. And then me and my friend was like, okay, we're both tired and we've got a long weekend ahead anyway, so let's just go home. So as we were going out, we saw his friends, and bearing in mind, he had told me that he was the same friend that I just saw was dropping him back to the hotel. So when I walked outside and his friend was still there, he was just like a bit shocked that I'm now coming out. And he's like, oh, you good, yeah? And I'm like, I'm good. I was like, oh, I thought you went to drop homeboy home. So he was just like, oh yeah, I already did that. I just came back to the event, whatever. And I was just like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. So I went home, no, wait. On my way home, I started feeling a bit, you know when your instinct kicks in and you're just like, something wasn't right tonight. Something doesn't feel right. Something does not feel right. And I was just like, no. It's just my head doing a 360. It's nothing. This guy has been nothing but nice to me. He's the one that was pursuing me. And I don't think that he would be that stupid to, you know, risk all of this. So I went home and the feeling was still there. Like, it was that gut feeling of something wasn't right. I literally couldn't sleep. So I was just twisting and turning, and then eventually I said, let me go on WhatsApp and, you know, like message him just to make sure that he's in or whatever. So this was roughly about 5 o'clock in the morning. Bearing in mind, he left the party around 2:33 because he was so tired. So I went on WhatsApp now, and as I was about to type the message, I can see homeboy is online. So I'm just like, I messaged, I was like, why are you online? He's like, oh, I can't sleep. Plus I've got so much to do. I'm gonna have to be up in a few hours. So I was just like, well, you said you were so tired. So how did you go from being so tired to now being online, doing whatever you're doing? He was just like, yeah, I've got so much to do. I'm gonna be leaving out soon, yada, yada, yada. So I said, okay, cool. Anyway, I probably had like an hour's sleep. I got up. I remember I needed to go to South London to get my nails, because obviously South London, that's where you get the good, affordable nails, them £10 nails at the time. So on my way back from South London, I got a phone call from a male friend of mine at the time. So he don't usually call me, so I was a bit shocked to even see him calling my phone. So I was just like, why's this guy calling? Let me see what it is. So I picked up and I'm like, yo, what's good? And then he was just like, now my friend is quite straightforward and very blunt. Like, he doesn't beat around the bush. So I remember him saying, he was just like, oh, are you still seeing boom, boom, boom? And I'm just like, yeah. And he's just like, he's like, boy, I'm not involved. So I was like, how are you gonna call my phone and tell me, ask me a question like that and then tell me you're not involved? I was like, you either tell me what it is or like, I'm just gonna block and delete you. So he ended up telling me, oh, nah, the only reason I'm saying this is because his girl, his friends, just called him and told him that she's just left Boom Boom Boom's hotel. And I was just like, your friend? I was like, what friend is this? And he said, oh, she's Guyanese as well. You know, and he gave a little description of the girl. So I'm just like, the guy, she's Guyanese, and she, you know, he said, you know, certain information. I was just like, this sounds like the fan. So I was just like, So she told you she just left this hotel. So I said, so what is it that you're telling me? And he was just like, what do you think I'm telling you? And I was like, nah, this guy would never. So I said, can I have your homegirl's number just so that I can have clarifications before I'm bringing news to homeboy, innit? I'm not just gonna come with no receipts. Now me, I'm a girl. I like to come to people when I've got my evidence. I'm not just gonna come empty-handed. When I'm coming and asking you questions, just know that I already know the answers. I'm just waiting to see if you're gonna lie. So he gave me her number and I decided to call her. So I called her and obviously I calmed him. I was like, hey, this is who I am. I've been seeing Boom 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 and your boy just called and said that you apparently just left his hotel. Like, what's going on? She's like, she's from South London. No offense, guy, but this is how she talks. Like, generally, this is how she talks. She's like, what? She's like, fam, like, don't piss me off, innit? Like, is he fucking stupid? Like, I've been talking to my man for blah, 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 blah. And he said he ain't talking to nobody. And that. And like, she was going ham on the phone. So I'm just like, all right, cool. Like, calm down. I was just like, so what is it? Like, what happened? And then she was just like, oh, I can't even say right now. Fam, I'm going mad. Like, she just kept saying stuff like that. And I'm just like, babes, calm down. Like, I'm just trying to get my information just so when I'm going to call him, I've already got evidence in it. So she just kept going off on one and I was just like, oh, so how did you meet? Obviously, when she told me, it's from the same party that he done told me he met her at. And this is the same girl that he's saying is a fan and all this bullshit. Same girl. So I told her, I said, okay, I know of you. I said, he calls you boom, 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 because that's the name that I gave to you. And she's like, swear down. She's like, I was wondering why he was calling me that, because he's bare rude. I was always telling him he's bare rude. Like, she was just going mad on the phone because I told her that I'm the one that gave her that name. So I kind of only said that to piss her off, just so she can give me the information that I need. It's kind of fucked up, but you know, when you need to get information, you need to do what you gotta do, B. So I did what I had to do, innit? So she told me, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, me and him just beat. And I was like, yeah. I said, yeah. I said, are you sure? She's like, yeah. I said, alright, cool. Thank you for the information, babe. I'll speak to you in a bit, babe. So called my man now, boom, boom, boom. Kept it calm. He picked up. I said, you good, yeah? He's like, yeah. Why, what's up? I said, who was you at your hotel with? He's like, oh, me. And he said, his boy. So I said, okay, interesting, because I'm hearing that XYZ was at your hotel. He's like, no, what are you talking about? I said, fam, don't lie to me. I said, was this girl there? Yes or no? He said no. I had to breathe in. I said, listen, I know to myself, women, they don't lie on their vaginas. They do not. That's some. I don't know any woman that would lie and say she did something with someone that she hasn't. Because girls are always claiming that it's only ever 3 men. So I know homegirl is not lying. I'm not always believing the female before I believe in the man. I'm sorry. But when it comes to that situation, yeah. So I asked him the same question again. I said, was this girl there? He said, no. I said, swear on your daughter's life. He said, he would not swear if that wasn't the case. So now I said, okay, maybe this girl is exaggerating. So she ended up calling me, like, she kept calling me all the time. Like, since I spoke to her, she still kept like calling my phone to, I guess, ask information or whatever. So eventually I called her back and I was like, yo, what's good? And she was just like, oh, she's so pissed off. Like, she's just calling to rant to me. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I spoke to him and he's saying that you're chatting shit. And she was going mad. She was just like, no, I'm chatting shit. She's like, do you think I would ever lie? Do you think I'm gonna lie about something like, you dumb? That's dumb. I said, okay, cool. I said, hey, what? Tell me the name of the hotel you guys went to. Give me the room number. And I'ma pull up and I'ma do my own investigation to see whether you're telling the truth or not. So I remember I called up my girl, the girl that I went to the party with, because she was staying at my house at the time. And I said, yo, G, like, this is what's happening. I'm gonna pull up to homeboy's hotel room and do my own little investigation. So at the time, it probably was around 1 o'clock. And he had already left to go and play at his event. So I pulled up to the hotel. I remember I went to the reception. I was like, hey, my boyfriend forgot his laptop. Can I just have access to his room, please? She's like, sure. Gave out the key. I was like, thank you. Boom, boom, boom. Went upstairs now, found the room, swiped, boom. Went into the hotel room now. I said, Tandy, use your brains. How do we now detect a liar?